Hi Ryan, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Do you stand by the comments your candidate made calling the oil sands tar sands and calling them a effing nightmare?
Hey, Steph.
Hey there, Keean Bexte live on location at the Regina headquarters for the CBC, where the mainstream media consortium CBC, CTV, and Global News are hosting the two main party leaders in Saskatchewan for the debate, for the election debate. It's going to be an interesting night, not because of what's going to happen inside. We know that the mainstream media is just going to lob softballs at the NDP and try and grill Premier Scott Moe, so we figured we would wait outside because we're not allowed inside and ask some real questions, some questions that Saskatchewaners and all Canadians, especially Albertans, want to know the answer to. Now, the question that I'm going to ask the leader of the NDP has to do with comments made by one of his candidates regarding the oil sands, which she called the tar sands. They should be arriving here shortly. Our intel says that the leader of the NDP is going to be showing up first. We'll go to that right now. Hi Ryan, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Do you stand by the comments your candidate made calling the oil sands tar sands and calling them a effing nightmare?
Hey, Steph.
Do you stand by those comments at all? And how can Saskatchewaners trust you? Well, it's a good thing we didn't go after that other guy who just walked in. There's still a little fanfare when it comes to the NDP here in Saskatchewan. We weren't really sure. We were actually looking at the leader of the opposition. That was him not responding to a question about what his candidate said. Conway was the name. Calling the oil sands, all of Western Canada, Canadian oil sands, a nightmare. And those comments, of course, are being ignored by him as he walks into the debate tonight. Scott Moe should be showing up here, I presume, maybe 15 minutes after the arrival. So this is the NDP's Ford Transit 350. It is a gas guzzler, and it runs on oil and gas. It runs on product from likely here in Saskatchewan, Western Canadian oil. So when the NDP, especially Ms. Conway, call Canadian oil sands a nightmare, they're nothing more than hypocrites, it seems. Premier, would you be able to comment on the comments made by an NDP candidate calling the oil sands an effing nightmare?
You know what, we're here this evening for a cordial debate. We're going to present the people of this province with a very, very clear choice for the future of our province. Great. Thanks.
And there you have it. At least Scott Moe answered the question, appearing much more statesmanlike than his opponent. They're going into the debate now, and the debate should last a couple of hours, and it should be quite lively. So there you can see me getting a parking ticket. The media consortium that is hosting these debates has sort of closed off all parking. If you're not part of CTV, Global News, all them, CBC, then you don't get a parking spot. So we parked on the road, and I guess that wasn't allowed. We're not in the time frame. But unfortunately, Scott Moe and the leader of the NDP weren't showing up when parking was allowed. So maybe we're getting a ticket. Looks like that's what we're getting. I don't know if you guys want to help cover that. That would be great. You can do that at helprebelnews.com. Hey, thanks for tuning into Rebel News. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video. If you've already done that, I would much appreciate it if you go to helprebelnews.com. If you go there, you can pitch in a few bucks to help me and my cameraman stay on the road as we cover stories that the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear about.